Here are the horoscopes for the week of the 22nd to the 28th of August 2022. So we start the week on Tuesday with the Sun going into Virgo. We're coming out of Leo season, and that's included Venus in Leo as well. And with some Sun-Mars energy going on, things have been pretty hot lately. So as a reminder, last week and into this week we've got the Sun square Mars. And that can be a battle of wills. We were talking about the lower will and the higher will, the divine will, knowing when to try and push and control, knowing when to surrender to longer timelines, pick the right timing, and even knowing where your will's coming from. Is it being willful and heady, doing something from a space of want, or is it a real desire? As Mars can be the spiritual warrior where we take our passion, our soul force energy and direct it. So lots of square energy last week. We've still got the Sun square Mars. Both of those are fiery aspects. But by Tuesday, as the Sun moves into Virgo, feel a slight change of tone, just like we can actually see the seasons changing, the lights drawing in, going into the autumn months. And there's a sense of wisdom and preparation. Start to get our space ready, externally and internally, to draw in, to focus, and to plan our journey through the winter months. This very much includes that back to school feeling, which is how we're going to apply ourselves, how we're going to give our mind something useful to do. As we start a new school year, we sow the seeds of the harvest that we'll reap next year. So it's quite an exciting time, certainly a very beautiful time with the colours. Still got Venus in Leo, pulsing creativity and warmth, but there's a slight chill in the air and a slight call to action really, or at least a call to organisation. We have Mercury trine Pluto, so this will really help us focus our attention on something that's deep and meaningful. And on the subject of deep and meaningful, and on a much wider timescale, we're in the process now of preparing for Pluto to go from Capricorn to Aquarius. Pluto spends 16 years in each sign, and in 2024 will make the journey into Aquarius. And this is a very big deal. It's actually going to happen on the day that the Sun goes into Aquarius as well. That's the 21st of January. So we're looking ahead now to January the 21st, 2024, with the Sun and Pluto both going into Aquarius at the same time. So as I say, with Mercury and Pluto right now, turning our mind to something that's deep and powerful, our own empowerment, our own soul purpose, then I'm actually going to be giving readings from now until 2024 with a focus on where that 0 point Aquarius is in your chart and which planets are aspected, as well as which house, and what that actually means for your part in the vibrational age of Aquarius and this very exciting rebirth that's coming through. So an example there of how we need to be aware of the transits today, but also aware of what's coming up, because Pluto's movement for me reminds me of the scene in Jurassic Park where the water starts shaking on the dashboard of the car before any dinosaur has been seen. But that's the first tectonic warning that something big is coming. There's a sense of ominousness, but with soul astrology we're looking forward to experiencing these aspects for ourselves and where we can make the most of them. But this is something so big that's coming up now that any planets 26 Capricorn to 4 Aquarius are going to be really lit up over the next couple of years. But the reason I'm mentioning it now is there's a lot of clearing to do from now till January 2024. So this is going to be a big theme in 2023. But anybody 26 Capricorn to 4 Aquarius, any planet or any aspect in your chart, this is going to be an amazing opportunity to tune yourself into why you really came here, what your purpose is, what your contribution is. And we'll do the clearing first, but then there's that alignment and clarity that's going to come in as well. So with Mercury trine Pluto, the processing mind and the deep alchemical healing and change, those two planets working beautifully together at the beginning of the week, as the Sun goes into Virgo, this is a call to turn our mind towards the deeper aspect of life, the deeper aspect of ourself, and our deep learning ability, our deep comprehension, and our deep desire to live purposeful lives. By the end of the week we have Mercury moving into Libra on Friday, so Mercury moves on and making a harmonic aspect to Mars. So we've had some Mars squares last week. This week we're going to get the trines, which are harmonic. So there's a dose of creativity and passion accessible by the end of the week. Very good for songwriters, musicians, poets, writers in general, to get the heart and soul of the message out. So in general we can have a look at this aspect. What are we saying? Where's it coming from? What's our message? And what's our gift? That will be the feeling on Friday. It's also dark moon, so that will take us in a little bit deeper. We might decide that we want to communicate from a deeper place. Let go of the need to be superficial or people-pleasing and really get to the point and share something of worth. Because by Saturday we've got the new moon in Virgo at 4 degrees. This is at 9:16 UK time. That's the sun and moon together in Virgo, but this is when the square to Mars becomes exact. So we were talking about those two fiery powers, and this new moon in Virgo is going to be able to be harnessed to align those two powers. Am I giving my energy to things that are worthwhile? Am I direct and precise enough? Have I got focus? What's really worth my time and energy? And that's more on a soul level than just busyness and doing things. So a fairly light week really. Sun into Virgo, harmonics between Mercury and Pluto, Mercury moving into Libra, reflective dark moon, then the new moon in Virgo, bringing an end to the square of competitive energies within ourselves or coming from a lower drive which could cause frustration, and being sovereign to our energy and where we place it as we go into the autumn months. But as I said, with a view to the fact that the actual collective field is about to go through some really big changes. We've been in deconstruction mode since around 2016, and things have been slowly taken apart, brought to light, revealed. The old system needs to go if it's corrupt or limiting. There's a new system that's building up in the background that's very exciting, incredibly sovereign, fair and bright. The changeover of those two systems looks like it's coming in by January 2024, but then what's your part in that as you've chosen to come here in these incredible times? So if you're interested in a reading, learning your birth chart, tarot astrology lessons, numerology, or coaching sessions to help bring up and release blocks and limitations and free yourself, ready for this whole new phase of human history we're about to witness, then I am available zoe7@gmail.com. These videos and more are on my YouTube channel Zoeastro, and I post links on Facebook at AstroZoe, Instagram Zoe7. So wishing you a wonderful week. It's fairly light and rejuvenating, but there's some very big things coming our way. So as always, clearing, bringing things to awareness, releasing and preparing with alignment to your core soul purpose, and in connection and embodying your true essence is really what we're here for at this time. So those are the horoscopes for this week, and I'll see you next week.